Okay, so manifestation isn't a singular act. Manifestation is a process. It's an ongoing process, an ever changing process. As you're creating things in your life, you're going to learn more and more about what you want. And as you satisfy one desire, new desires are going to come up within you. It's natural, right? We're here to create. We have natural desires within us, which is basically the universe evolving through us, and we're aware of it. So we're here to create those things in our life. And once you create one or two or three of them, new desires are going to come up within you. And it could be that along the same path, but bigger and larger, or it could be on a totally different path in your life, right? We're all here to create different things, and everyone has a different combination of unique inner desires within them. What you're here to create, what drives you and fills you with passion, is different than me. But the whole point here is that it is a process. It's an ongoing process. It's not just something you do once and walk away. It's a continuous state of being more than anything else, because the universe reacts to what we are, not what we think about, hope about, dream about, wish for, but what we are in the present moment, in the here now. And all our exercises are geared towards that. So that people can understand things, along the process of manifestation, there's three what we call pillars. Not really steps or stages, because they don't happen, in a series. They're all continuously happening, and we're going to talk through that today, okay? But one pillar is attraction, one pillar is a vibrational alignment, and the third pillar is creation. Now, all three of them, if you're constantly creating things in your life, are always happening, okay? But those are the three pillars, three different functions or things that happen: attraction, vibrational alignment, and creation. Now, a lot of people think that vibrational alignment causes attraction, but they're two different things. We're going to talk through that a bit today. Okay, so three pillars: attraction, vibrational alignment, and creation. Now, each of the three pillars has exercises associated with it to make sure you're activating it, focusing it properly, and more controlling it, as opposed to it just happening any which way, or naturally, or what you're used to, or just maintaining your life the way it is, right? It's the difference between being on a ship floating along on the ocean, and whichever way the tides and winds blow you, that's where you end up, or taking control of the wheel and piloting the ship where you want to. And if you get somewhere you don't like, that's okay, because you can get back in your ship and pilot it somewhere else. Okay? So, the attraction pillar. The exercises that align with the attraction pillar are actualization and emotional reversal. We're going to talk about this a little bit, how everything fits together. But actualization and emotional reversal are the attraction pillar. Okay, they activate things, they reach beyond your sphere of physical influence, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Okay, for vibrational alignment, we have proper appreciation and the social mirror exercise. They support the vibrational alignment pillar. Okay, and we'll talk about how all this fits together. Creation is the final of the 5 exercises, which is taking physical action. You can have all the probability, all the possibilities, all the opportunities, all the resources in the world at your feet. But if you don't take action and leverage them and use them, then they're going to move on to someone else. Okay, the universe is going to keep moving and keep rolling. If you're not the one who creates it, someone else will. You're not going to slow the universe down. It's like, apparently, when 2 different men were racing to the patent office at the same time to patent the telephone, and Bell made it there first, right? If Bell hadn't made the phone, someone else was making it, right? That's the way it works. The universe keeps rolling, okay? So, in a snapshot, you're now all going to witness what a poor artist I am. Alexi's a great artist, but I'll do my best here. So, this is you, okay? That is your sphere of physical influence, okay? Now, we all have different sizes of spheres of physical influence. What your sphere of physical influence is the things you can physically be aware of and influence. Talking to, promoting, people you talk to, things you can use, things you can directly influence, right? Now, like the President of the United States has a massive sphere of physical influence. You know, most of us, it's a bit more contained. But beyond this sphere of physical influence, this is your known world that you can directly physically affect. There's a whole bunch of other stuff happening all around the world. The world's a very complex place. So there's all these things happening outside your sphere of physical influence that not only can you not affect, but you're not even aware of and have no knowledge of. They're just, it's the complex world happening outside your sphere of knowledge and influence. Okay? Now, the attraction pillar. When we're doing emotional reversal and actualization, that focuses our energy and gives a powerful burst for our energy here in the present moment, in the here and now. That reaches beyond our sphere of physical influence. It does affect things also within our sphere of physical influence, but it also affects things we can't physically even be aware of, know about, or physically influence. You know, he can argue energy is physical, but for our purposes of this discussion, it's not, it's energy, okay? And that allows us to influence things outside the sphere of what we know, what we're aware of, and what we can physically influence, okay? And this is where you start getting things lining up and happening in your favor, happening in the background, or maybe even happening where you can see them and feel them and touch them. But a lot of things can happen way out here, and you're not even aware of them, but they're happening and lining up for you, right? And if you've heard my story about when I was selling for that software company years and years and years ago, and there was someone in my way of the sales, and I thought nothing was happening, but they were actually getting a new job. That was things happening outside my sphere of physical influence. I had no influence over them, I had no awareness of them, but they were happening to line things up for what I was focusing on, right? Because my actualizations and emotional reversals reach far beyond my sphere of physical influence. And this is the attraction pillar, okay? Things are happening for us, lining up for us, and some of those things are going to enter our sphere of physical influence because they're going to become closer and closer and closer to affecting us in our actual world and what we can see and feel and influence. They were out here before, things were happening, but now their effects are being felt and directly coming into our sphere of physical influence. Does this make sense so far? I know my drawing's crappy to begin with, and now I'm trying to do it in reverse in the camera, so it's even worse. Okay, so this is our attraction pillar. This is emotional reversal and actualization, okay? Now, this is affecting things in the here and now. This is why our energy has to be in the here and now and travel through the body into the present moment. It can't just be contained in our head, in our imagination. If it's just contained in our head and our imagination, it's not getting out here. It's not even getting out here. It's just stuck in here, not helping us much. It has to get out here, and it has to get out here. So that's why we're doing a blast of energy, emotional reversal, big blast, actualization, big blast, focus in the here and now, present moment. And this is the difference between you showing up for an interview and someone being in a great mood or someone being in a really bad mood. This is how the right people can come and enter your world. I don't know how much meditation people have done, but if you've ever done meditation and really sat and observed your thoughts and where they come from, you know, there is a chain of thought, but there's an origin of it, and they just appear. They just come out of nowhere. And yes, that can be energy coming from other people very easily, right? This is how people are, you know, influenced en masse, right? You're being influenced all the time. We all are. That's why there's strength in numbers. That's why we need a big group. Okay? So, actualization, emotional reversal, we're reaching out beyond our sphere of physical influence and within our sphere of physical influence to affect circumstances, people, what people are thinking, they're turning left or right, all sorts of things we can be aware of or not be aware of that will align things with what we want to do. Okay? So that is the attraction pillar, emotional reversal, and actualization. Okay? That brings us to the next pillar, which is vibrational alignment. So vibrational alignment is your social mirror exercise and your proper appreciation. Once things enter our sphere of physical influence, now we can be aware of them, Now we can influence them directly. Now we can leverage them and act on them because they're within our sphere of physical influence. But just because they're there, it means we can be aware of them. It doesn't mean we are aware of them. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've looked in the fridge to find something and told Alexi it's not there, and it's sitting right on the front shelf, right? It was there, right? I just wasn't aware of it, even though it was right in front of my eyes. And it's the same with anything that's in our sphere of physical influence. It depends what you're vibrationally aligned with is what you'll be aware of and be able to leverage and influence, okay? And I use the analogy all the time of two people at a party. So this is a guy at a party. This is someone else at the exact same party. Same party. The circle's the party now. Stay with me. This guy's in a good mood. They're both sharing the same environment, the same people around them, the same food around them, the same music around them. This guy's in a good mood. He's going to notice he's more likely to notice the good food, the good music, good conversation. This guy's in a bad mood. He's more likely to notice the bad food, the bad music, and the bad conversation, even though it's the same environment and experience. They haven't attracted different things to themselves. This is key. They have not attracted different things to themselves. They are in the same environment with the same things around them. But what they're vibrationally aligned with is what enters their awareness, what they're aware of, and what they can leverage, and what they remember, and what they experience. Bad mood guy is going to leave saying that was a lousy party, most likely. And good mood guy is going to leave saying, hey, that was a great party, most likely. Same party. They did not attract different things to themselves. They were just vibrationally aligned to different things. Okay, so what we're vibrationally aligned with, we're more likely to be aware, and it's more likely to be aware of us. It's the difference between being in line at the Starbucks and the right person's behind you, and they start a conversation with you, or they don't start a conversation with you. You could have an opportunity right in front of your eyes, right at your feet, and if you're not vibrationally aligned to it, you won't notice it, you walk past it. Right? So after the attraction, not after the attraction phase, but as we're attracting, and these things are entering our sphere of physical influence, we need the vibrational alignment pillar going with our emotional, with our proper appreciation and our social mirror exercise, so we're vibrationally aligned to things that are within our sphere of physical influence that we can use, influence, and leverage. Because if we're not vibrationally aligned with it, we won't even be aware of it. We'll walk right past it. This brings us to the third pillar, creation. And creation is action. So, attraction pillar. We've leveraged our emotional reversal and our actualization to affect things in our sphere of physical influence and outside of it. Brings more things into our sphere of physical influence that are aligned to what we want to do. We're vibrationally aligned with it, therefore we're aware of it, we see it, it's aware of us, right? We can come together and connect, but if we don't act on it, what we want to have happen in our life isn't created. We have to act and leverage it and use it. And that's how we create the changes that we desire in our lives. With the creation phase, taking action on everything our energy has produced in our sphere of physical influence that we're now aligned to and can leverage, and now we have to leverage it. Now we have to take action, right? So that we can create what we want to create in our life. You can have the best opportunity in the world sitting in front of you. If you don't act on it, it's going to go to someone else. Guarantee it. 1000%. Right? And all this other work would be for naught. Does that make sense to people? I know it's messy drawing, but does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions about what I just said? Oh, there's lots of comments here. I didn't even notice. Okay. Ayeka, hello. Alona, hello. I thought no one was commenting, and there's a bunch here. Caroline, hello. Panda, hello. Moitri. First name is Moitri. Moitri Pa, thank you. Ayeka, I pronounced it well? That's nice. Dione, hello. My beautiful wife, Alexi. Deb. Had a little trouble getting to the group? Yeah, that would be a Facebook or computer thing. Good morning, Jean, hello. Lisa, hello. Leah, hello. Carolyn. Erica, good day. Amy, yes. Yes, it makes sense. Excellent. Mindset. Yeah, it's more than just mindset. I mean, you do have to have a positive mindset. You'll always get more done with a positive mindset than with a negative mindset. But I've known many people who've had a very, very positive mindset and worked their butts off for years and years and years and years and years and got barely anywhere. So it takes more than just a positive mindset. It takes more than just believing things will work out well in the end. You have to make things work out well in the end. There's a big difference. You don't get what you believe in. You don't get what you hope for. You don't get what you wish for. You don't even get what you think about. They say you get what you think about a lot. That's not true. If it was, everybody would have won the lottery, and teenage boys would have 30 girlfriends. You know, you get what you create, and this is the creation process, and this is what we're teaching and learning here. But positive mindset is always a good thing, or else you won't bother doing anything at all. But I think you get my point. It takes more than just positive mindset. So Darsha, good day. Joined a bit late. You'll rewind. Excellent. Yeah, I saw your post today, Dale. You deactivated the other Facebook full of negativity. Yeah. Yeah, you do want to remove negative things from your life, right? If you don't have to have it there, why have the burden, right? If it's a situation, negative situation that you can't just offload and you need to create a different situation, then emotional reversal. White Tree, still not sure what the emotional reversal is. Have you read units 1 and 2, first of all? And if so, then there are videos in the group page that tell you how to do the emotional reversal. You just have to do a keyword search on the group. You'll find everything you need in the group if you do keyword searches. There's a document called the exercise framework. It names the 5 core exercises. So if you search their names, you'll find information on them in the group page. Everything you need is there. You just have to do a little work seeing this. I mean, work to find it. I was reading and talking at the same time. You have to go back and listen to one again. You could understand the written one. Oh, couldn't understand the written one. Okay. Good morning. If you just showed up, you're going to want to rewind this one because it's a good one. So Caroline, what about appreciation? Should we do it even if we are not feeling it? So I might need to dig into that a little bit, unpack it a little bit. So we do, I don't know how long you've been in the group. We do what we call proper appreciation here, which is using the current state of physical objects as an anchor into the present moment and then overlaying them with the state they want to be in. If you're in a bad situation, don't appreciate that bad situation. Don't appreciate it how it is. If you're in a bad situation, use the emotional reversal to change it. You appreciate things the way you want them to be. If you just appreciate $1, you're reinforcing having $1 and you'll have $1. If you appreciate that dollar as $1 million, then you're up-leveling it. You're appreciating it. You're raising it in value. 2 meanings of the word appreciation. And that's what we want to do. So, no, if you're in a bad situation, should you appreciate that? No, you should change it. Change it. Amanda, I took action with something business related, but I'm struggling with anxiety. That's okay. It's okay. Anytime you're making big changes in your life, you're going to feel negative emotions. This is the thing with a lot of the teachings out there, that they keep people stuck in place. If you want to create big changes in your life, you're going to have to make yourself vulnerable, take risks, do things you haven't done before, learn new things, try new things, act in different ways. All of that has to be done to create big changes in your life. And all of those things will bring negative emotions. It's okay. It's part of our natural process. The negative emotions is just another source of energy for you to fuel your manifestations. If you're feeling anxiety, do the emotional reversal. And that takes that negative emotional energy and focuses it in a positive stream of creation to change the situation for you. Okay? You'll look those up? Okay, good. Maroc just turned in from South Africa. I hope I'm not late. We've talked about a lot of stuff. You might want to rewind, Maroc. I think you have the option to rewind. Ayeka, so if you use actualization and emotional reversal to manifest a certain person in your life, action-wise, how do I stop thinking I'm trying to change someone to make us work? There's a lot packed into that, okay? So if you have created a person in your life, we'd have to take a step back. They might not be the person. They may be a person you have to meet before the person. And when I say have to meet, it's not because this is something the universe has determined. It's because it's something you've determined yourself. You just might not be admitting it to yourself, right? But sometimes we have to learn something from one person to be ready for the proper person. To be ready for the proper person, there's, timing, but there's also things we might have to learn and be prepared for. Now, I'm not saying this person isn't the proper person, but generally, if you have to change someone to make it work, there's something off there, right? You can use the manifestation techniques for you both to go through situations where you learn what you need to learn in order to come together in a healthy relationship. But you can't just flip a switch in someone's head. You can't just change someone's mind, their thoughts, their behavior. You can influence them, but you can't just flip a switch in someone's head and make them a different person, if that makes sense. But they can go through experiences that get them ready for that relationship. It can just be a hard road and a long road, right? People have done it. I've done it. But, if you wanted to DM me on that one, if it's a specific situation, it's not always not always, we can always dive into it as deep as we want to on these sessions. But if you want to DM me, if anybody wants to DM me or Alexi on a specific situation, you can, and we'll discuss it. Amanda, you needed this. Good. Gene, lots of issues with sound and video. Tom, we have a replay of this. Yeah, this will be posted on the group page. Yeah, these sessions are also always posted on the group page. Yeah, thanks, Alexi. Okay, so did everybody like my messy drawing? Does this make sense? The 3 pillars, how they fit together, and why you always need to do all 5 core exercises. It's not one and then 2. You don't focus on the attraction pillar, and then later on focus on the vibrational alignment pillar, and then later on focus on the action pillar. All 3 should constantly be in motion. You don't have to do all 3 every day, but they should constantly be in motion. It's a process. It's a process. They're not steps, they're pillars. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions directly on this, directly on today's topic? Or did that make sense to everybody? And we're good. Alexi, you're going to have to give me some drawing lessons. No, Dale, I'm not manifesting drawing lessons. It's not one of my personal priorities. Yeah, I'm working on other stuff. You're welcome, Alona. Lisa likes the way I've explained it. Okay, so those are the 3 pillars. That's a lot in one little 10-minute explanation, actually, because that's all 3 pillars. That's all 5 core exercises and how they all fit together in the manifestation process. And this is what we're learning here. And this is why I'll get on the group manifestation sessions all the time and say, this is an energy boost for you, but this is not everything. This is not everything. You have to do all 5 core exercises on your own. It's vital. Vital. Ayeka, for social mirroring, I have trouble believing the people are thinking my thoughts when they don't look back at me or look somewhere else. Okay, so first of all, you don't have to be staring at them. You just have to perceive that they're working that way. You don't even have to be looking at them. Be aware of them. They can be in your peripheral. You can be looking at them, but it's more a feeling of their presence, right? And there could be some other things with belief there that, if you're believing that that's not you, if you're having imposter syndrome, then that's the entire point of the exercise. Keep doing it. Okay, Dale. You're welcome. Erica, great topic today. Ah, see? Good one, Erica. Your attraction was on for me to catch it today. So this came into your sphere of physical influence, and you took action, and you were here live, and now you've benefited from it, and it's probably something you needed, right? That's a small example.